what is rubato? Rubato is the pulse of music. It's about adjusting the timing, tempo, and phrasing in a way that the music slows down or speeds up in the right proportions in order to make music speak. First and foremost, you have to know what you want to express for each phrase and each section before you start planning your rubato movement. There are many right ways, but absolutely wrong ways as well. The key words are natural and unnatural. Unnatural is playing like a bad taxi driver, accelerating, braking, accelerating again very quickly, and so on. Result is a bad stomach. Natural rubato is a balanced natural wave that puts the right harmonies and melody movements in context, which always stays in a flowing, natural state. In the example of the musical score next to me, it's about the groups of melodic elements which you see marked in blue. If you want to know more about rubato in general, please check out Paderewski's paper on rubato as a starting point for your journey. Know the key points of a phrase or section that you want to apply a rubato to, and work your way backwards, so to speak. Plan how you naturally come from the start point, end of the last phrase, to the key point of the phrase you are studying. The next step is trial and error. You need to first mark the key place of the phrase and try what you want to express emotionally. After that, check which tempo you need to achieve this. Then you try which natural flowing rubato will lead you exactly to the needed tempo. Rubato is essential across all music. While the amount and character of rubato may vary depending on the genre and era, music without rubato lacks true emotional expression. Remember, music without human natural rubato isn't expressive and will not evoke the emotions needed and intended by the composer. Like a good actor, if he or she interprets or speaks a sentence to evoke this or that emotion, the same happens in music all the time. Be aware of it next time you play or listen to any piece of music. I will give you now a few examples of natural versus unnatural rubati. First of all, it's important to know how the greats used rubato. Use musicaldna.me to check how your interpretation compares to the greatest pianists in history who all used rubato all the time. And by the way, if you read letters and accounts from people that knew Beethoven, Mozart, Chopin, and other genius composers, it's clear that they all had flexible timing in their music, which rubato consists of, and according to witnesses, they knew extremely well how to use the rubato skills to translate notes and musical structures into emotions. So let's dive into some examples of masterful rubati of great pianists. Here is one. Here's another one. And to mix it up, here are two unnatural examples of rubato use showcased in the same musical material. I will not reveal who these were, but needless to say, the two good ones were played by some of the greatest pianists ever living of the mid-20th century. Great musicians like these can stretch and release a phrase in ways that are really satisfying and attractive. Rubinstein, for example, had a very personal, noble rubato, elegant and with great passion. Important is, though, when you listen to great examples that you don't imitate. Internalize what they did and build your own voice on top. Rubato is not a trick. It's probably the most essential part of music performance. It's your voice shaping musical expression, creating love, awe, humor, and all other emotions possible. Only the sky is the limit. It must come from what you feel, what you want to say. Not random, not forced. When done well, it turns notes into meaning, and that's where music begins. I hope this presentation helps you to start your journey improving, mastering, or discovering rubato. Stay tuned for more videos about classical music, interpretation, and all its important elements. Please subscribe, like, comment, and hit the bell button for notifications. See you soon.